Hey there, today I wanted to go over the volleyball event. To unlock it, you have to go into your quest, and on the side quest there should be one called Jade Star, and it will take you to this guy on the map here. I don't have the map unlocked as you don't need it for this event. Once you talk to him, he's gonna go into warm-up games in here. And if we press start race, you can see we get to select our characters. How do we unlock a new character? Well, if we go all the way to the bottom, we can see Eroy is an opponent. Once we beat her, we get her as an unlockable character. These other 3 stages here will have different character unlocks. But keep in mind, these stages have AI that are harder to beat. You do not need the 30 stars to unlock these stages, you just need to have progress 10 out of 10 to unlock the next stage. The stars are just for the event reward, so let's get into a match. I'm gonna choose Mint as my character and MC as the AI. MC has basically balanced stats while Mint has the stat dig, which makes you able to get the ball from serves, which is the AI won't really go for them, as I believe, even if you put them on Mint. So in my experience, using Mint yourself is just the better option. So let's start. We get a coin cost on who serves. The opponent serves first. Make sure you press set to change the view, otherwise this will be an awful experience. We're gonna look for the ball's shadow on where it lands, and then left click, then we're gonna jump and right click to dunk it. Then we get to serve, and you can see here I can change the view with set, but I really do not recommend it to play on the other mode. So once you get in here, you just press set once and that will be your new view. So we can see on the right side there is our keys. You have to use right and left click. Toss is toss the ball in the air, and then you can right click it to smash or serve. And then the right click is just underhand serve it over. That always works to get it over the net, but it doesn't usually score your points. You can also get perfect serve, so let's try and get one there. So we're gonna left click it, then we're gonna hit it right when it's above our hand. Unfortunately, that was not a perfect one. Let's see if we can actually get a perfect one here. There is the perfect one. It has to be really, really late on the toss. Let's try to get another perfect one here. That is another perfect one. So to show you the underhand one, if I just do an underhand serve, they're probably gonna catch it. They're gonna do it over. MC is gonna catch it. No, she is not. Even level 10 MC is bad. So now they get to serve. MC, you got this one. I pass it back to MC, will left click, and MC is gonna spike it. So that is kind of the whole deal. Now MC is gonna serve. Since she's level 10, it's probably not gonna be too pretty. We're probably winning on the next point. So let's get into how the points work. Actually, she did an underhand serve. I'm gonna underhand it back over. We'll right click just to show you that you don't have to pass it to your AI if you don't want to, but it's really hard to scrabble underhand. You can see in the bottom here we have the score 7-1. You win when you are at 7 points if you have 2 points more than the opponent. So if it is 5-7, you will win, or if it is 6-8, you will win. You will not win if it is 7 or 8-7, you won't win. The max points you can go to is 12, so if you are at 11 and 11, the first team that gets to 12 wins. If we look at the stars on the right side, you have to win the match, perform 1 jump spike excluding tips, which means you have to right click. So this is why we are right clicking as well. So whenever you pass it to the MC and MC passes it back to you, you press space, right click, and this will get you your star. And then win the match by 3 points, you just have to be 3 points above them. Then if we go into Volley Star here, the actual event, you can see we have the rookie series that I showed you. Then we have the weekly matches. You can do 1 weekly match, I believe, every week, and it gives you 500k funds if you win it all. This is bi-weekly 1 million incentive Tycoon font. This is also for the heist and the going gone now. So if you don't want to do going gone or heist, you can do 2 weekly matches, 1 each week for the volleyball. If you win it all, you will be done with this Tycoon incentive font. To unlock this, you have to clear all the warm-up matches. As you can see here, you don't need the stars, you just need to clear 10 out of 10. You can see I have 9 out of 10. Open matches should be PvP, which is not unlockable yet. And in the bottom right, we have world record, which is for the weekly matches. We also have player profile. So let's get into player profile. This is your character stats. The easiest way to see this is going to player aptitude. So you can see Mint has the best in dig stat, the worst in serve and spike, and then she has the second best in pass, and then she has 5 in receive and 4 in block. So what does each stat do? Well, dig allows you to jump out and save the ball. That way you can save serves and perfect serves once it's a really high stat. Serve, just how good your serve is. It might make it easier to actually make a perfect serve, I'm not sure. Spiking is the third hit that any of you do. Passing is passing to your ally. Receiving is when you get the ball, when the ball comes to you, and instead of passing to your ally, you pass it back over the net with right click. That is receiving. And blocking is blocking a serve. You can press spacebar if you're close to the net to block a serve or a spike. But blocking almost always fails, and nobody actually ever does blocking. Unless you have Chaos, which has 9 in block, then you can do a block build. So you can choose all of your characters here and their stats. If we go into Mint, or let's get back out, let's get over the rewards. So in here you can see you get Analyth and Beetle coins. This is for total stars obtained, and we also get Talent Bread. What is Talent Bread used for? Well, if we go back into the player stats, we can press aptitude up, and you can choose to upgrade a stat with 1 Talent Bread, or you can use 2 Talent Bread to upgrade 2 stats. You can upgrade 1 stat up to 3 times. So keep that in mind. So I can upgrade Mint into dig if I wanted to be really good at that. So you can customize your character stats with Talent Bread. Then we have the volleyball skins. You just unlock these with the swimsuits, and you unlock this one by getting first place in the weekly match. If we go over the rewards in the actual event in here, you can see we have the star rewards, and then we have the other rewards. This here you need to earn 50 stars out of 150, I believe, so this one isn't too hard. This one you just have to level 4 players or characters to level 15. This is just a grind, not too bad. This one is also just a grind, you just have to do all the stages to unlock all of the characters. Then we have the training log. You just have to use all of your talent bread up to 15 times. Use your talent bread. Down here we have 5 standard pools. If you want to see the entire pool or the reward breakdown, they are in the spreadsheet of how much analyth and fonts we get. I might also put it in the comment section down below. I don't remember what the actual total analyth amount is for all of the rewards, as there is quite a lot in here as well. So that is it for the rewards. Do not be disparaged if you do lose a lot of your matches in the start. It is very hard at the start to actually play this. So we do have a little trick to make this easier if you don't want to actually try hard or play volleyball. We can get a construction truck and put it in front of the net. Fortunately, I don't have one right now, so I'll have to get one. Where do you get one? Well, on the map you will see a little triangle where you can get a construction truck. You can also go all the way over here and steal a truck here and drive it all the way to the beach. So let me go get a truck and I'll be back with you. So as you can see here, we have arrived at a construction site. If you look at the minimap, you can see the triangle with a guy shoveling dirt. That is the map or the icon on the map. Unfortunately, it doesn't show because I don't have the map unlocked, but you can still see it on the minimap. In here, all you're gonna do is steal a truck. You can also, as I said, I will mention it again, you can steal a truck over here or in any other parts that these trucks are around. So we are just gonna get in and then we're gonna drive it to the beach. I'm probably gonna speed up this footage or just clip to when I'm at the beach. Now that we have parked the truck, we can get out. It should be parked on the right side if you're looking at the ocean. The opposite side of where the man is standing. You might want to place it right next to the net, or you might want to leave a little bit of space. It depends how you want to play this out, but both should work. But it depends a little bit on the NPCs. It is a little bit scuffed. So, opponents serve first. Let's see if they can serve it over the net. And they did. I couldn't actually see the volleyball there. Quite annoying. So I'm gonna pass it over, we'll right click. And that's 1 point to us. I don't think we can actually get this over with a serve, but we can try. So let's left click and then right click. And that works because it's far enough away from the net that we hit the truck. And then we can just do this to get our points. If the truck is close to the net, you will have to right click to get it over instead. Otherwise, well, I messed up the serve. But that is the idea. And I can just press right click here, I believe. And get it over. Yep. Now, here is the issue. We'll have to see if MC can get it over. Okay, so MC gets us 1 point. But this does make the volleyball event a lot easier, especially if your MC is serving and they have higher stats once you level them up. Since they don't fail to serve that often, as long as she decides not to do an underhand. Which she unfortunately did. I believe they got a point because it hit the truck and then went outside the barrier. Let's jump and right click. And that's a point as well. So, if you want to cheese it, you can cheese it with the truck to make the volleyball event a lot easier. This wasn't the best demonstration of the test. The NPCs will also sometimes run into the truck and move it, and you'll just have to move it back afterwards. But if you place it further away from the net, you will want to do the toss or the overhand. If you place it close to the net, you will want to do the underhand, and then whenever they do underhand, they will hit the truck and lose points. So that's how it works. You can decide which way you want to place the truck. Either one works. You just have to play differently depending on how you place it. That is gonna be everything for this guide. Hope it helps you out clear the rewards for the volleyball event.